Matt Walsh has admitted that he is afraid of queer people. I'm not kidding. If you're pansexual, you scare Matt Walsh. And this is all really weird to me because this is the community, this is the group of people that always question why gay visibility is so important. They don't want to see it, but now they want to know, I guess. Now it's important to them. Again, the same group of people that don't understand why gay people have to say they're gay now want pansexual people to tell you they're pan just in case they find anyone in the room attractive. This all sparks from the Wayne Brady news that he came out as pansexual. I'm doing this for me. This was a very beautiful, like, coming out moment for him. I'm so happy for Wayne Brady. Live your truth, live your life. This is awesome. It's amazing. Pansexuality is one that you don't see very often. Typically, when you see coming out stories, it's either gay, lesbian, trans. Very rarely do pan, bi, asexual people. Like, other people under the queer umbrella don't really get sort of like the kind of a pomp that you get with all of the other outings of your typical like gay, trans, lesbian outings. So I'm absolutely happy for him. But it seems like some conservatives were losing their mind about this and coming up with weird scenarios to make arguments for like why pansexual people should be outed to the public. Matt Walsh did this video. We're going to watch the clip. All right, let's take a listen.
Pick a side. Okay, pick a team. Stop being indecisive. That's what pansexual really is. Aside from made up, it's a lack of commitment.
Okay, so right away, that's specific stereotypes and phobias for pansexuals and bisexual people, is this idea that they don't know what they want. So they're being indecisive. They can't commit to one or the other. This is a weird goalpost because Matt Walsh already is anti-queer, like anti-gay and anti-trans. So suggesting that the issue he has with pansexual people or bisexual people is that they can't make up their mind, that's not the argument that you're having. That is a stigma and a phobia specifically for that group. It's very offensive. They don't have to pick a side. They know who they are. And you're uncomfortable because they know who they are. But that has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you.
And you know, the thing is, other people, I think, and this will be controversial, but other people have a right to know.
Okay, the reason why that's controversial is up until recently, as far as I know, a lot of the things that you have said about gay people, queer people in general, is like, don't say gay, right? Don't say it because it's confusing to kids. And all of these things are a disruption to society. But for some reason now, pansexuality is something that should be known to the public. That someone's sexuality is now, for some reason, should be public knowledge. So you can't even keep your grift straight. You can't even keep your grift straight here. More on that in a second.
Okay. Other people have a right to know if they are potential objects of your sexual fantasies.
How many women have you ever thought about sexually? How many times have you been in a room with women and you have fantasized about those women? Did you tell them that? Did you make them aware that you were fantasizing about them? Because it sounds to me like you want specific rules for pansexual people that you would not apply to yourself. It's weird because people can have fantasies about all kinds of things. That's how the human mind works. The thing is, unless you are into the Minority Report or the Thought Police or whatever, unless that's something you support, people still have the freedom to think about whatever they want to think about. And none of that has anything to do with you. None of that. And it's kind of weird that you're concerned about that, to be completely honest.
And so that's why it's not fair to walk around and say,
oh, it's not fair.
Anyone.
Right.
Anyone at all.
Well, then you can do it. If you think it's not fair for you, then just go around and think that way about anybody. You can think whatever you want. No one's telling you that you can't have thoughts that you want to have, but it's weird that you think that other people's thoughts should be public knowledge for you. That's really weird.
No one's safe. Now, whenever a group is...
No one's safe. What's the danger in someone existing as a pansexual person? What's the danger in that? Just them existing is a danger? This is brain rot shit. No one's safe. Safe from what? Someone looking at somebody and thinking they're attractive. What are you insinuating? Are you insinuating that that's going to lead to something dangerous? I'm very curious to where you're going to go with this. Let me back up here a second. No one's safe.
Whenever a group is, if there's like a group of people sitting in a room with Wayne Brady, and it's a diverse group.
Okay.
You've got like a overweight 65-year-old man, and then you got a young woman and whatever.
Okay.
Everyone's sitting around, and they're all thinking he could be attracted to any one of us right now.
Is that what you're thinking about? Is that how you live your life? You walk around wondering what women are attracted to you? You walk into a room with like, I don't know, half the room is women. And in your mind, is it like the whole time you're sitting there, you're thinking about whether they're attracted to you? Why do you care who Wayne Brady is attracted to? Why do you care? Why does that matter? That seems like, look, if you're somebody that's watching my videos that hate watches me, you cannot be on board with this. This is literal brain rot shit, right? Like, that's what this is. Like, why do you give a fuck? When I go into a room with people, I'm not thinking about who's attracted to me. That's not even a thought in my mind. The only reason I would ever be concerned on whether or not somebody is attracted to me is if I was attracted to them. Because then it matters. Otherwise, I'm just trying to look nice for me. I'm not going out trying to have everybody in the room thinking about me. And if they do, they do. That's fine. That's on them. It doesn't affect me. What people think about me in terms of how attractive I am has nothing to do with me.
Any one of us.
Okay.
It could be any of us.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's like some kind of...
Why is it scary? So you're afraid that someone might find you attractive and may never act out on it? Would you rather them find you attractive and come over and engage with you? Which is it? At a certain point, you can't just hide the fact that you don't want queer people to exist. You can't hide it anymore. So you want to know that they are pansexual because they might be. How is that going to change anything? Because you know Wayne Brady is pansexual. And you're still inciting fear in the fact that he could like anybody in the room. So simply knowing he is pansexual makes no difference. If you're engaging in the idea that knowing that someone is pansexual somehow is alerting the public so they can be aware that they may find them attractive, but then you're still saying that it's scary to be in a room with somebody who is pansexual, is a phobia. It's bigotry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That doesn't help your argument. It makes your argument seem even worse.
Agatha Christie novel in a weird way. So anyway, that's the news about Wayne Brady.
How is that an Agatha Christie novel? I'm very curious. This whole thing seems ridiculous to me. Why do you need to know what somebody's sexuality is? Like a year ago, you guys didn't care. I even see it on my videos here. People going, why does it matter if you're gay? Why should people care that you're gay or whatever? But then you have people in the conservative circles now saying that pansexual people should be made aware to the general public. They should just be outed. When you were arguing against that a year ago. Look, the reality is the numbers have already been out there. I'm not going to pull up any numbers here because you guys don't give a fuck about numbers. The anti-woke rhetoric, these culture wars, it's not working. It's a dying thing. The culture wars have been lost at this point. You see the diminishing returns. We're seeing it online. We're seeing it in politics. Ron DeSantis is floundering with this anti-woke rhetoric. People in the conservative circles are more concerned about things that actually matter to them, like border security and safety in cities, things like that, stuff that seems to be driving them to want to go and vote for someone and engage in it. The culture war stuff is dying. It's made up. It's fictional. It doesn't exist. It is something that you guys have stoked, and now the diminishing returns are happening. If you want me to do a video on it, I will, but I'm pretty sure you can look it up online. There's already been articles about it. We're seeing diminishing returns on anti-wokeness. It's not going to sustain itself. So this idea that queer people and people who are pansexual, bisexual, gay, trans, whatever, owe you their existence to be outed is ridiculous. It is counter to the argument you made and have made for a very long time. There's nothing scary about a pansexual person in a room. There's nothing scary about a bisexual person in the room, a gay person in the room. To say that you need to know because it's scary, but then you're also still scared because you know, is a phobic, bigoted thing. It just is. There's no arguments against that. You guys are, it's progressively becoming mask off. It's getting more and more extreme and more you're pushing even further because you have lost the culture war.